damn god-awful news. Because if you thought the news was bad today, you just wait. Tomorrow's gonna be worse. These piece of shit Republican traitors are gonna guarantee deliver worse news every day. And yeah, I mean, I haven't said the news for like 3-4 days. And it's all bad. And right now I'm skipping canoe practice, so I better make use of my time. This is part of my program, productive procrastination. If you want to not do something, just make sure you're doing something else that's useful. All right, well, let's get down to it. We got a lot of bad news to get through. The week started out, or not the week, but the last couple days after my last news program. Alex Padilla, United States Senator, thrown to the ground and handcuffed. What cowards. What weak, that FBI guy. Oh, Lumi, can you grab your camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? What does that mean? What does a Lamar Jackson edit mean? That is a great comment, because I don't know what that means, and now I want to know what that means. I will later ask some AI like Gemini AI. I will ask it, what is a Lamar Jackson edit? And then I will learn, or maybe you'll mention it soon. Anyway, this is my channel, All Good Things in All Good Time. This is my news program, The God Awful News. I have like 30 kinds of content on my channel. I know it's an NFL player, but what is the edit? What is it? What is the edit? Yeah, I know, he's a quarterback. He's a damn good one. He can run like a mofo and throw like a mofo. And I make an edit about what? One advice for upcoming all right, anyway, all right. Advice for upcoming generations, yeah, have a good attitude. And stay out of the way of these evil governments. And never vote for a Republican as long as you live. Take that oath. Republicans serve no good purpose. They don't even have one good thing to do or say. Right wing everywhere, right? Everywhere. Right wing Jews are fucked up. Netanyahu's a piece of shit. Le Pen, the right wing French Nazi, she's a piece of shit. Right? Yeah. Anyway. What? That guy running, what is it? Hungary? Piece of shit. Erdogan, piece of shit. Anyway, all right. So let's get down to it. Alex Padilla, wrestled to the ground. He goes in announcing himself, I'm Alex Padilla, United States Senator. And these weak, coward, freaking un-American pieces of shit shove him out the door, throw him to the ground, put cuffs on him, right? What weak, meek, like, pieces of shit. No one needed, that never needed to happen. No one needed to do that to that guy. He posed no threat. And then Kristi Noem lies, that piece of shit. And she says, I didn't know who he was. We didn't know who he was, right? Because he's just some Mexican guy to her. And yeah, no, he walked in there saying, I am Senator Padilla. And then they treated him like trash. And that is the Republicans' criminal behavior against all Democrats anywhere. Anybody that gives a shit about the Constitution or America is bad for business, right? If you're a Republican Confederate traitor. So let's see. Gaza is just a hellscape. Israel does everything evil in the world they can to Gaza. They are murdering these people with drones, with tanks, with bullets, with bombs. They've murdered almost 250 journalists. They've murdered nearly 60,000, at least, probably 120, but Palestinians. They don't give a shit about it. They fucking shoot people in the head. They dismember people. These evil Israeli military people are just, they are laying themselves bare, and everyone's watching, right? Everyone's watching Israel commit genocide, homicide, ethnic cleansing, and then they try to say, oh, if you don't like genocide, you must be for terrorism. No, there's no connection there. That's the Heritage Foundation, the evil fuckers. The Esther whatever, fuckers. trying to just twist everything, everyone's mind. Oh my God, I watched Fox News just to see how fucking much bullshit, how much Russian propaganda they were spread. It's so gross. It's hilarious compared to what's really happening in the world. And these people that only watch that shit, they don't know a goddamn thing about anything. Anyway, so they blacked out the internet. They attacked, everything. They attacked the landlines, the cell lines. They're trying to cut because they don't want people to report in Gaza, right? To show all the war crimes, which is every day. And now this fake humanitarian organization that's really a death squad has been put out there. Here, come get this food, and there's not enough for anybody. Meanwhile, the White House lies about how many millions of meals they're giving away. Meanwhile, as these guys come in for food, they shoot them in the head. They hit them with bombs. A tank murdered a family as they're coming for food. I mean, it's just so disgusting, and the whole world's watching it, and nobody thinks it's okay. Unless they're an evil Zionist. I didn't know how evil Zionism was, but holy shit. And it's Jews and Christians, like Hegseth and Huckabee. These guys are freaking murder Christians. And they're aligned with the murder Jews, and they're killing innocent Palestinians. Anyway, it's sad. Happens every day. It's just brutal, and it's massive, and it barely makes the news here. Let's see. So now they're attacking, of course, like we've known since the beginning. They were never going to. There are no criminals to swoop up because 99.25% of immigrants don't commit crimes. And the 0.75% that commit crimes are already in jail. Now, if you wanted to go into jail and get the rapists and murderers who've been adjudicated that way, deport them, who would have argued against that? And that's how you framed it, like you were going after those people. But that was a lie, because we all know there weren't those people that you demonized. In reality, the only people you're going to be able to go swoop up are people guilty of working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, 2, 3 jobs, taking care of their family, being great neighbors, and showing up to church on Sunday. And maybe drinking a 12-pack that night. Anyway, God bless all my immigrant friends and family. They are everywhere in Hawaii. And if those evil Gestapo Nazi Republicans come here, everyone they see is going to be suspicious to them. Oh my God, it's a brown-skinned person. It's a brown-skinned person. Every person in Hawaii is a brown-skinned person. I am an extreme minority. 18% of the population here is my minority. If you're going to eliminate DEI, who should we exclude? What if we should exclude white people? That would suck for me, right? Who are you going to, right? Diversity. You go against diversity in Hawaii? Oh my God, these guys are such ignorant fools. And you know they're going to take all that evil shit here to Hawaii after they do everything they can to destroy every blue state that pays all the bills, right? Who pays the bills for those shithole red states? The blue states do. California pays your bills. Hawaii pays your bills. Washington pays your bills. Oh my God! There's one. Texas makes money. They're the only red state that pays any of America's bills. And now, because really ignorant Republicans, stupid people, dumb as a fucking stump, for years have voted against the environment. Now the environment is kicking their ass. They are losing their homes. There is flooding in from Missouri to West Virginia right now. Horrible shit going on because Republicans in those states voted for this shit, you dumbasses. And now, because you voted for this stupid fucking traitor who doesn't want to do nothing for nobody, right? He's not governing. He's not doing nothing. He's just keeping all the money. He's stealing the money. And he isn't going to help you people in red states. Your lives are getting destroyed by the weather. Hurricane season's just starting. And FEMA is going to get shut down in 6 months completely. They're starting the dismantling process right now. Isn't that smart? To vote for the weather that destroys your home, and then to vote for the guy, piece of shit Republicans that aren't going to help you. You're just going to be fucked by your vote. But you don't have to always vote, stupid. You could vote for someone other than a Republican, right? And if you voted for someone other than a Republican, then your state wouldn't be a shithole state. right? And people would want to visit it. Like I would start buying Tennessee whiskey or Kentucky bourbon. When I travel across the United States, I would come visit your state, spend money there. But not right now, no fucking way. Only states I spend money in are Democrat states with legalized weed, right? And trust me, those motherfuckers are gonna come after legalized weed soon, for sure, because they're gonna call us pot smokers, drug addicts. Oh, Republicans are just so worthless. What if they did one good thing? One good thing. Like, what if they cared about children getting murdered in school and they wanted safe gun control, right? And they sucked at everything else. Or what if they cared about the environment and they sucked at everything else? Or what if they cared about women's not being murdered by Republican fucking healthcare laws, right? Oh, if they didn't want women to be murdered, that'd be cool. But no, they murder women with their fucking Republican healthcare laws. They murder children and everybody else with their gun laws, right? And they're murdering everybody everywhere with their environmental laws. And now that we just took away all that food for starving children all around the world, 500,000 people have been murdered by Republicans. Good job, murderers. These are the murder Christians, the evangelicals. They just rejoice at the pain of others, right? If an immigrant family's destroyed, broken up, they don't care. If all their money's stolen, they don't care, because they're evil, fake-ass Christians. They are praying to fucking the devil, right? Trump is Lucifer. And these people aren't smart enough to figure that out. It's just hysterical. Anyway, God bless America. And so, yeah, these evil Gestapo traitors are going after freaking businesses, restaurants, hotels, farms, taking all their place. This one dumb shit Trump supporter in Key West, Florida, he owns a roofing company. He lost half his employees, right? And these are people, he's like, working with these hardworking guys all these years now, they've actually become friends, these people that he voted to destroy. These are, because these are people too. They weren't committing crimes. They were working 60 hours a week, like all the other immigrants that we're trying to kick out right now. And what's amazing are the evil, dumb shit Republicans are so fucking stupid. They don't realize the connection to their lives being great and immigrants' hard-ass work. How many golf courses have undocumented workers taking care of those greens, right? Yeah, Trump's properties do. And all the other, right? These rich motherfuckers are getting rid of all the people washing their dishes, picking up their dishes after they eat their fancy meals. They're getting rid of all the guys taking care of their golf courses because they're so stupid. And many of these people, right? These evil Republicans, they own businesses like Kid Rock, dumbass. He's losing all his employees. Yeah, it's so un-American what we're doing. All of us come from immigrants. My family came on the Mayflower in 1620. I'm a direct descendant of the leader of the Mayflower, the guy that wrote the compact, the first legal document in America. I'm a direct descendant of William Brewster. And then on my mom's side, the Hamilton side. And then on my dad's side, we came in 1635 and invaded this country. The first Bradleys in America, right? Daniel Bradley, you can look this up. Daniel Bradley came in on the Elizabeth in 1635, lived in Haverhill. He was murdered at the age of 74 by two young Native Americans and scalped. That was how the first Bradley came here. And then, anyway, so, yeah. But am I going to act like I'm entitled to more than anybody other human being on this earth? No. I'm just lucky to be alive like everybody else. And I'm smart enough to think that bombing people's stupid. Jesus. Republicans are just uncivilized, unethical, immoral. Worthless. They serve no good. What if Republicans served one good purpose, right? You could sign up for one good purpose, Republicans. Give it a try. What if you did? But you don't, and you won't. And it's sad. Oh, my God. That weak-ass military parade. What a joke. And all the people there, what morons. Which weren't very many. Meanwhile, 5 to 10 million people protested around the United States, right? Because, most people aren't Nazis, right? We're predominantly smart enough to have an IQ above Republican. All right. Abbott, the governor of Texas, was just itching to get the desire. So someone just hey, get the National Guard out there. So as soon as Trump deployed them in California, he just deployed one more 5,000 in Texas to make sure that we quell any protests, right? Meanwhile, in Brevard County, freaking Florida, you got, who is this guy? Wayne Ivey threatens, the guy took an oath to the Constitution, took an oath to protect and serve, threatens to murder the constituents of his. Oh, if you protesters protest too much, I'm gonna murder you dead. Like, what a piece of shit. What an un-American piece of shit. And these guys think they're patriots, and that's what's disgusting. It's gross, and they're praying to a goddamn dictator. Lucifer dictator. Fucking the devil himself. Anyway. All right. 4 months after being locked up, this beautiful, wonderful young woman who has a PhD and a scientist. Yeah, Republicans don't like science. They're afraid of science. They're afraid of knowledge. They're afraid of books. They're afraid of intelligence. Anyway, Petrova, Kazanine Petrova, released 4 months. What did she have? Non-hazardous frogs. She was caught with it was probably a hassle to go through all the documentation it would take to bring frogs in, so she probably just said fuck it. And they locked her up in prison. Why? Because she's from Harvard. That's why, because they're attacking everything that is knowledge, books, universities, especially all the schools that denied Trump and his son. Oh my God. Evil fucking Republicans. Just one more act of evil right there. 500,000 people now are being told, 500,000 people that are full-time workers doing something that helps you, picking your strawberries, milking your cows, chopping up your chickens. All these hard-working people have been told, get the fuck out. So 500,000 people are just got to scramble to get out because they were here legally, but Trump took away all their legal status. And he's doing this evil shit. Republicans are doing evil shit, sending the Gestapo in, asking to have their legal status dismissed, and then once their the case is dismissed, then they just round them up and treat them inhumanely, like fucking evil Republicans treat people, because they're inhumane, immoral, evil, fake-ass Christians, right? Devil worshippers. The biggest devil worshipping death cult in the world is the Republican Party, and all the conservatives around the world. They're sick in the head. There is no two sides to shit when the other side is being a fucking Nazi. There ain't two sides to that fucking argument. I was just talking with some Germans today on the beach here on vacation. And, Germans have an experience with Nazis. And, oh, God. Yeah, what was I going to say? I don't know. But it was a nice conversation with these nice Germans. Of course, I remember. What if we were just smart enough to be as smart as Germans? See, Germans are smart enough to say, yeah, there's free speech for everybody. Unless you're a fucking Nazi, right? Being a Nazi in Germany is illegal. That's a law I would support here. My fucking God, we should be locking up every Nazi and letting all the immigrants get back to work to milk milk the cow that I'm gonna drink from. Oh my God, and this isn't gonna cause prices to go up or there to be shortages in the grocery stores, and chaos is what it's all about, because that's what Republicans like to do. They just like to ensue chaos because they're evil motherfuckers. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of, that's one positive story I'll say. The 6 agents stormed into this woman's house, wrong house, middle of the night, broke the door down, traumatized everybody, and the Supreme Court, and normally these people are just immune from prosecution, but the Supreme Court did one good thing, apparently, is they ruled in favor of her ability to sue for damages. So that's cool. One good thing. Supreme Court did one good thing in the last 20 years. All right, one man survives. He just walks out with his phone. If you haven't seen the video, it's insane. The first 787 that crashed and burned, London bound, had this one man survive. It was amazing. And the U.S. Justice Department just ruled that Boeing can avoid damages and prosecution for all the people that died when their 737 MAX planes, I think that's what they were, went down notoriously, right? Because that's what our Justice Department, Pam Bondi and these evil fuckers, these Republicans, all they want to do is do everything to pardon every criminal that's ever hurt anybody, any cop that's ever hurt anybody, anybody that donates money to Trump, and then they want to release every corporation from any liability for killing people environmentally, or Tesla's murdering people, or all those corporate crimes have all been thrown out, right? Because that's what you Republicans voted for. You didn't want corporations to be held accountable for their shit. Stupid Republicans. God damn, you're stupid. Speaking of stupid Republicans, RFK Jr. fired all 17 members of the CDC's vaccination advisory panel. Scientists, you know, because he's smarter than all of them. And he's just nominated 8 new people that are all like conspiracy theorists. Oh, so much ignorance, so much stupidity. Oh, and this is brand new knowledge. This is fresh. The grifter, the thief, the criminal Republicans are all happy to see Trump steal in every way he can. And what did he just do? He's going to have his own Trump phone, Trump mobile. He's going to start his own mobile phone company and make the phones for it and sell it to you. And it's going to be a spy machine that Palantir is just all up in, guaranteed. Holy shit, it's going to be a scary device. And they're saying, oh, we're going to do all these things. It's going to do all these things at this price. And it's just a joke, such a grift. Meanwhile, yeah, it's the Biden crime family and all the money they're making by being in the government. It's just weak, right? Hypocrites. Republicans are the worst hypocrites anyone's ever seen, as long as anyone's ever seen anybody, right? It's like nothing anyone's ever seen before. So much hypocrisy, so much ignorance, so much evil, right? That's what Republicans stand for, these fucking murder Christians. Sick motherfuckers. All right, so let's see. Unprovoked. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, so we started with Alex Padilla. Billy Long, that piece of shit, con man, moron, Billy Long. Holy shit. He is so stupid. And they just confirmed him to be the head of the IRS, which is just going to make it open season for wealthy tax cheats. That's what's going on now. We got a shill in the IRS. So if you're super rich, have fun not paying taxes while the poor people do. And then, of course, the evil Republicans wanted to take more food away from starving children, and they wanted to destroy the best source of news in the world, right? Public broadcasting. So they just withdrew $1.5 billion and 8.3 billion from starving children, and 1.5 billion, something like that, from Sesame Street, right? They just killed Sesame Street trying to. But Democracy Now!, PBS News, NPR Radio, brilliant sources of intelligent news, like the truth, right? What all Republicans, it's so amazing how stupid, right? Fox propaganda channel, Fox fake, right? Fox Lies channel, right? There's no news there ever. But there are so many stupid people walking around that only know what you hear on Fox. I just watched it, and it was so far from reality. It's unbelievable. Like, you gotta be such an ignorant fool to just believe any of that shit or all of it. It's unbelievable. And then of course, the propaganda assholes tell you, oh, you can't trust nobody else's news. That other news is fake news. The real news is the fake news. But you come to us to learn some fucking Russian propaganda, and we'll keep you afraid. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, how can anybody be so stupid anyway? Harvey Weinstein was just granted a mistrial in one of his cases. He's going to be in jail anyway. Puff Daddy, he's disgusting. I'm not going to talk about what he's doing, but just wait. He's got bribe money, so Trump's going to want to let him out of jail, for whatever bribe money he can come up with. I mean, damn. What a great guy to get a bribe from. I think he's got more than $1 billion, doesn't he? So Trump is a total embarrassment at the G7 meeting. He's just... people laughing at him. He said, I got to get out of here because I got to go tend to that war. He's pretending like he's got some he's just going to go play golf and keep telling Netanyahu, do whatever you want, Netanyahu. I'll pretend I'm not involved, and we'll give you all the bombs you want to just murder people indiscriminately, right? An unprovoked attack on Iran, right? Oh, all kinds of fake rationale. And so, and Iran's, and then Trump's like, oh shit, wait a second. Oh, wait. Oh, China and Russia are going to help Iran? Oh, but those are my favorite guys. He's so stupid, right? Everyone else is playing some kind of game of chess, and he ain't even playing checkers because he never learned the rules to checkers. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so there's a horrible, the ninth freaking retaliatory strike is now coming from Iran already after like 3 days of, and they're just going after civilians, right? And if they went after their television station, they're going after they're just trying to destroy life in Iran. That's what Israel's trying to do. These Zionists, the murder Jews who are working together with the murder Christians, because they're on a path to try to bring back biblical prophecy. We got to bring back Armageddon. so Jesus will come back. Oh, they're psychos. That's the Christian. I think Jews got some other biblical prophecy that Israel's got to take over the region or some bullshit. Anyway, all right. What else is going on here? Shit. Just so many people being. So they've killed 9 scientists and 20 top military people, right, in an unprovoked attack. Republicans are so stupid. But we knew this was coming. We knew that there would be a war with Iran because Trump's been just rattling that saber tooth. That's whatever. He's been saying he's going to do it. He wants to do it. Israel's just dying to do it. And then they got the pass from this president, just like exterminating all the people in Gaza. Trump's like, yeah, go for it, man. Yeah. And then he dropped those flyers saying, yeah, when we get rid of you, no one's ever going to remember you were here. Those are Trump's words, right? Because that's ethnic cleansing. Complete genocide. That's what our president and Netanyahu are working hard and fast to do. And now they figured out how to take away all the aid people and put in these evil mercenaries that shoot them when they come for food. And wherever they're in their tents, they're getting bombed and shot at and murdered. And it's so disgusting. And the whole world was watching it. And everyone thinks it's gross, unless they're sick and twisted, the sociopaths. Love it. Let's see. And of course, asked about it, and Netanyahu perfectly announced, we'd be happy. This could lead to regime change, right? Because he wants to just change the government and eliminate. Yeah, and now he's targeting, probably going after the leader of Iran. Unprovoked attack. Could be living peacefully, right? You don't have to drop bombs on civilians, which he's doing all over frickin' Iran. And it's gross and very dangerous and going to lead to worse things, right? How does Israel have so many bombs? They're bombing the shit out of Lebanon, Syria, Gaza. They've been bombing Gaza every day for 1,500 days or more. And now they're bombing the shit out of Iran. They're bombing Yemen. Like, man, they got a lot of bombs. And I assume we're selling them a lot of those. And they're killing a lot of innocent women and children. And it's not cool because Republicans aren't cool. They never do anything cool. It would be so fucked up to only know Republicans. Because you wouldn't know any cool people. Anyway. But yeah, Iran has had hundreds killed, a couple thousand injured already, and Israel's just getting started. 57-year-old, another Republican. Yeah, Republican domestic terrorist. Why are the Republicans almost always the domestic terrorists? Notice that one guy that had a Muslim name, and I think who did the flamethrower thing. Man, they tried to get everything they could out of that, and they went and scooped up his whole family, right, in retribution. And so, yeah, 1 out of 20 domestic terrorists isn't a Republican domestic terrorist, because that's what Republicans are, and that's what they promote. And they just want to see everybody injured and insulted, right? Like, Republicans just love to insult people. If they ain't hurting your feelings, they ain't happy. Gotta own the libs. Fucking morons. And all these imbeciles that are surrounding Trump with power to destroy our government, they're all billionaires. They could have been this nice German family on the beach here in Hawaii enjoying the shit out of their life, but no. They're busy in some shitty fucking world having a shitty life in Washington, D.C. And they think that makes sense in some way. Anyway, they are blowing it. So yeah, 57-year-old, and here's the thing, and I've talked about this before. I'm 56, 57 years old. Here's what everyone my age is, and this is why we need more gun control. Our country celebrated getting concussions until about, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Everyone my age that played high school football or a couple other sports has had a ton of concussions. All right, so we're a nation full of guys who are concussion ridden, right? And we know what that leads to. Later in life, it can often lead to instability, a lot of suicides, some homicides from concussions. Okay. And then what else are we? Oh, we're a bunch of beer drinkers. I'm drinking some hard seltzer right here. We're a bunch of concussion-ridden guys who are alcoholics. And what do we like to do? Play violent video games. Excuse me. I play violent video games. I am a concussion-ridden alcoholic who plays violent video games. Do I need a bunch of guns around in case I have one day where I'm like, oh, I don't think I want to be alive today? Because you know what? The only suicide attempts that are successful, the only people who are 100% successful at killing themselves are gun owners. They always win at killing themselves. Because when you take a gun to your head, it works. I am 5 times less likely to die from a gun because there isn't one here. And I'm not worried about my safety. Nope, not one fucking bit. There's never been a moment where I was like, oh no, how am I gonna get through my day? I forgot my gun. Now, if I lived in, Alaska, and I got moose and bear and shit, look, you got a right reason for it. But here, there's no predators, so you just be a damn fool to be thinking you needed a gun here, right? There's no rattlesnakes, there's no bears, there's nothing. So, and local boys are so tough when they hunt pigs, they don't use a gun, right? They use a pack of dogs, and then they go in with a knife and they stab it in the heart, right? I know this one mom friend married a local boy, and she's like, oh, my 6-year-old just stabbed his first pig in the heart. She's like, it's local culture. Anyway, yeah, local boys don't even need a gun to hunt pigs because they are badass, and it's cool like that. Anyway, it's a little crazy, though. I can't imagine. I've never been in those predicaments in that scene, but I know plenty of people, who hunt pigs. So, and we have too many pigs when we need to hunt them. They're a problem. So yeah, 57-year-old Vance Bolter had a hit list of over 70 targets. A racist traitor Republican, right? Someone who wants women's health care laws that murder women, right? Because he's pro-life. He's so pro-life, he had to go murder people. Isn't that great? That's the great hypocrisy of these fucking evil murder Christians. They're so committed to saving lives, they gotta kill people. And they ain't smart enough to figure out how that doesn't make sense. Duh. It's just hysterical. I mean, in a very sad way, of course. Yeah. And then he had these, oh man. Yeah, but they apprehended him. He's not dead. So now we get to watch him go on trial and laugh at him and make fun. And the guy looks like the gayest man I've ever seen. The way his appearance is just very, not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but of course he's on the side of hating gay people. So I think he might have had more than a few issues. I mean, he looks like a trans man. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And by the way, if you didn't see it, I went to the Pride celebrations here. I couldn't make it to the No Kings. I tried to go to the No King, but I had a canoe race same time as the No Kings protest was, even though it was right down the street and I couldn't go. But I went to the Pride. Now that the gay community is under such an assault from these evil Republicans, right? I've never felt compelled to want to go support, this cause. But now, and man, it's a pretty interesting time. But now that these people are being assaulted, I mean, the truth is, if those people don't have freedom, I don't have freedom. You don't have freedom. If you want to claim to love freedom, you want freedom for immigrants, you want freedom for the nice trans community, gay community, whatever. You want freedom for brown skin, black skin. You want freedom for Jews. None of these people should be put in a concentration camp. And if you haven't looked at the Seacott prison up close, it's a concentration camp. They are murdering people. Just go to Google Earth View. Look, there's 2 rows of big buildings. In the middle at the top is a couple small buildings. Zoom in on that shit. You'll see a giant swath of blood on the ground and what looks like a pile of body parts. It's haunting. Kyle Kalinske showed that. But yeah, I can't unsee it. So yeah, it's a concentration camp. We're sending people to their death, just like in Germany. It's disgusting. It's absolutely un-American. And it defies the Constitution, right? What kind of traitor? Oh, Republican. That's the kind of traitor that would be happy about crapping all over the Constitution. So yeah, 5 to 10 million. 5 to 10 million. Protest, largest protest in American history. It's funny because I called it, but I didn't. I said it's going to be the largest protest in America. I thought everyone would descend on Washington to the parade, right? Because there could have easily been 5 million protesters and 10,000 Trump supporters. Because there was only about 20,000 people there for Trump's meek parade. And I love the soldiers that weren't going in lockstep. Oh, it was so boring. It was so quiet. Oh, you could hear the squeak of the of the old World War I tanks. It was pathetic. And that's just like Trump. Oh my God. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, he is just a disgrace, right? He said there's a 100% chance of rain, and then it rained. It did rain, first of all. So why he made that claim was weird. But and then Melania looked like she fell asleep, and she looked like she was disgusted with this fool. Oh, she hates this guy. She is being paid so much money to just stay in there. She don't live in the White House. She lives away. She's probably got a lover or 2, a tennis instructor, maybe a yoga instructor. Jesus. What a shit-ass family the first family is. Holy crap. And then Barron Trump, he likes the Tate brothers, the rape brothers. Oh my God. If that kid ever gets any sort of power, we're screwed, right? And those Trump sycophants love that family for God knows what reason. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why would anyone love a bunch of obvious con men, grifters, liars, people that never worked a day in their life, just stealing openly from everybody all the time? Anyway, you got to be stupid, don't you, to support that dumb motherfucker? Let's see. In Salt Lake City, so in several of these, of course, Republicans show up with a gun at their hip or a rifle, and then people get hurt. A guy was murdered in Salt Lake City because a dipshit, racist, Confederate traitor Republican showed up with an assault rifle, and a peacekeeper, a security person, shot at him, missed him, killed somebody, right? All provoked by a racist traitor Republican who wanted to do harm, brought a gun to a parade, right? Which is what Republicans do, because they love cruelty, they love harm. What morons, too. By the way, you stupid Republicans, if you're thinking about hurting people, think about losing your couch, man, and your bathroom, and your TV, and your kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, you might want to keep those things in your life. And if you kill somebody because you're a dumb shit Republican domestic terrorist, you're going to lose all that shit, and you just might get a new boyfriend. All right, what else? Oh, that pity parade. Yeah, poor guy. It was a Samoan guy, too, died in Salt Lake City. And then in other protests, other people brought guns. This one woman tried to draw her weapon. She got tackled. Another guy who got punched because he's such a dipshit to show up like that, pulls his gun on the crowd because he's a weak, coward Republican. What weaklings leave their homes with guns? Oh, my God. Anyway, and before, in such a display of patriotism, the evil Republican traitors, they detained and locked up a whole group of veterans who were there to protest, right? Because we have a dictator who's breaking the law in many ways, destroying the Constitution. So, of course, veterans who swore an oath to the Constitution, they're going to show up. and they were mistreated and injured by Trump's evil fucking Gestapo, a bunch of elderly veterans treated like shit before the parade ever started because they wanted to put up signs in a peaceful protest, right? Evil, shitty Republicans. They do so much evil shit. Not one good thing Republicans do. Their party does not need to exist. We should have another party that's pro-peace, pro-worker, pro-women, pro-environment. And then the current Democrats can be the same except for the one thing where they're pro-war, right? And then we'll have one pro-peace party that cares about women, the environment, and children. And then we'll have the pro-war party that also cares about women, environment, and children. At least there can be some debate, right? That would be smart. Oh, Craig Hamilton Bradley, in case I run for president. All right. Yes. So sad. There was a convoy of people moving towards Gaza in solidarity with the people being destroyed in Gaza. A huge convoy of peaceful people working their way through Egypt, and they got stopped by Egyptian government and brutal. A bunch of Europeans. A federal judge, this asshole Michael Fabians, federal judge, evil piece of shit, entertained these lies by Republican Justice Department people about Mahmoud Khalil, right? Guy's been in jail for 4 months. They said at first he was guilty of writing protesting genocide, which is totally normal. I'm protesting genocide. Everybody's protesting genocide, right? Not a bad guy. But then they decided, that we can't really that's not constitutional. We can't do that. So then they made up some lie about him not doing something right on one of his forms, right? His immigration forms. Just lies, because they want to hurt people, right? They love the pain and suffering they can inflict on innocent people with an opinion, right? Which used to be legal in the United States to have an opinion, right? How long are they? Oh, and if you are worried about being detained by these evil Gestapo, be aware your phone, they're tracking you. Look up to see if where you live has flock surveillance, because they're tracking your cars. But if you're an immigrant and you got that app, Palantir is tracking your every move. You can buy on Amazon Faraday cage bags that will disappear your phone, right? So they won't be able to track you, hunt you down like they're doing. They're hunting people down, and it's as if people don't realize that they're using your phones to hunt you down. And so if these evil, unlawful, criminal Gestapo fucking federal agents come after you, if you're worried about them coming after you, just hide your phone, right? You can disappear it in a moment. You just slip it into a bag, and you can still keep it, right? And have all that evil shit on there. And then just turn it on when you want to, and then turn it off, I guess. That'd probably be the best. I don't know. It's one way to protect yourself, right? I love all these people from around the world watching the sun set. Okay. Yeah, he's saying there's fraud in immigration forms, a bunch of lies. Oh, so Trump threatens all the blue cities, right, with a heavy crackdown. Right after, for a second, he acknowledged that, like, oh, wait, all the food I eat is coming from these farms in California where our ICE agents, Stephen Miller's evil Gestapo, are running people down in the fields. They're picking our strawberries. They're picking our kale. You dumbasses. Like, you don't want food in the grocery store, you pieces of shit? Republicans are so fucking stupid. They just don't even realize, oh man, there's a connection between, the people who pick your food and milk your cows and cut up your cows, and the food you eat, and the food that's cooked for you in a restaurant, right? Oh man, it's amazing. You got to be so stupid to be so disconnected from reality that you don't think you're gonna suffer from the evil shit that the people you voted for are doing. Oh my God! And then all the people that, the people that wanted to punish Joe Biden for supporting the war against Gaza. I understand why they were pissed. They had a good reason. But to vote for Trump instead, that was just dumb shit, stupid. The Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, all the Latinos that voted for Trump. Dumbass motherfuckers. Oh, God, you're stupid. And the black people, holy shit. Yeah, you voted to get the African American Museum destroyed in the Smithsonian, to destroy African American history. Oh, that was real smart. Oh my God, how about that dumb shit, Tim Scott? He is such an idiot. A Republican black guy there's no greater oxymoron in the world. Thank God for black women. They are so smart. 92% of them weren't stupid enough to vote for Donald Trump. God bless you, ladies. All right, so yeah, Trump's wants to declare war on the blue states, blue cities, right? The ones paying all the bills. And they're coming to Hawaii. Yeah, they're going to be here soon, and there's going to be big blowback because local boys ain't going to have that shit. And it's going to be conflict here, and disgrace and disgust. I can't even believe there's even an American, like, you got to be such a traitor to even want to do this job. And then look at all the fraud, waste, and abuse, right? 20 officers to go arrest 3 women who are citizens who aren't even who you're looking for in the middle of the night. That's 20 people with $100,000 a year salaries. Military vehicles that cost $500,000. Just waste. Republicans are just wasting, and they're not paying on any contract. All their financial obligations, they're not giving money to anybody, but somehow we're spending more money than Joe Biden spent last year. Where's all that money going? How come no one's asking about the accounting, right? Of course, we're taking less money in because we're dismantling the IRS and we're making it possible for corporations and rich people to cheat taxes. Great job. So we're taking less in, but we're spending more somehow, even though we've cut. We're not paying universities. We're not paying USAID. We're not paying FEMA. We're not paying for anything. But somehow we're spending more money. Where's that money going? Is it getting shuffled off to the Cayman Islands? Is Elon Musk say, I figured out a distribution method so we can all get equal shares? And they're just sucking money out of the treasury? Is that what these evil Republican traitors are doing as they talk about Trump getting an unconstitutional 3rd term? Oh, it's disgusting. And it's the god-awful, disgusting news that Republicans bring every day. Can't believe anyone dumb enough to vote for these pieces of shit, un-American motherfuckers. All right, what else? Oh, they're going after the farm workers in Vermont. And they tracked down and went after these 2 18-year-old fresh out of high school and her dad, who are both labor organizers, right? People working for guys like me. I'm a laborer. I've been working blue collar work my whole life. People fighting for my rights aren't bad people. And fighting for migrants who are being treated like shit always. I mean, they're on the verge of basically being slaves half the time. And of course, we got to target these people, right? And they just did. And they smashed their window and they pulled them out of their car. And now they're in a fucking prison somewhere, right? People who are totally innocent, didn't commit a crime in their life, except having an opinion, wanting to help people like themselves. Immigrant farm workers like themselves. Travel ban. You've heard about the first one, maybe. I don't know. It's like 15 countries. Well, Trump's got another 36 countries he wants to add to that because we need to isolate ourselves. We don't want tourism. We don't want relationships around the world. We just want to isolate ourselves, right? Isolationism, which has been proven not to work time and time again throughout history. But of course, Republicans don't know history. They don't read history. They're afraid of books. They're afraid of universities. Imagine being so ignorant, you afraid of education. And then the mayor, I can't believe Governor Cuomo is even running for, what a moron. He's running for mayor, former Governor Cuomo, disgraced governor, and this guy Mamdani and the other guy, it's ranked choice voting. So they're working together to encourage people to make them 1 and 2, to push that guy. And Mamdani, man, he took the guy to task. Such a corrupt guy. Anyway, and so yeah, sometimes Democrats can be corrupt, and there's a good example of it. Let's see, what else? I think that's all the damn shitty news, just about. What's the good news, though? I went to a show. This is great. I went to a show. If you come to Maui, famous Amy Gilliam's brother, famous Eric Gilliam, who is has been a Broadway performer. He is maybe a Grammy-winning. He's a great Hawaiian musician, an actor in movies, television. Just a interesting fella. And he's got this show here at the Pro Arts Theater called The White Hawaiian, where he tells you the story of his life, which is also the story of his famous sister's life. His famous sister, this lady right here, I think this is her husband's name, and then she kept her original name as her third name, because she is Amy Hanai'ali'i Gilliam. But that's Eric Gilliam's sister. And I'm going to maybe go to this show and report on this show, because she is a really good artist. And I'm trying to be in the face of these guys at this theater because I want to rent it out. And they've already done a little bait and switch on me. They said, well, originally it was maybe $250 on a Monday or Tuesday. Well, $250 is now $750 to rent the theater. But whatever I got to do. And it's going to be another $200 for a videographer. And there's only 115 seats. So basically the first $10 per ticket, if I sell it out, pays for the place. So anyway, the White Hawaiian show, unbelievable. And it made me think about, because I've got this crazy family history that I know a lot about, but he brought his family history to life in a way that was fucking beautiful and funny. And at one point, he talked about the loneliness when he was a student in New York City during the holidays because he didn't have the money to go home. And when he wrote this song that we all know in Hawaii, right? He wrote this song when he was alone, and it made me cry. So there's this, you laugh, and there's this crying moment when he's playing a song that you know it because it's a famous song that he made. Anyway, great show. When you're here, it's not expensive. It's an intimate setting. The guy works hard for his money. He works hard. He does 10 different costumes. He acts as different members of his family, often women of his family. He comes from a guy, literally a shipwrecked somewhere far away, and one guy survived on a boat that shipwrecked on Maui. This so and he was he was a fighter, a boxer who'd been in like 400 fights, and I lost like 220 of them and won 140 of them or some shit like that. Anyway, and that's how his family. And then that guy pursues a Hawaiian woman, and they have a baby, and that's how his family started here in Hawaii. I think he was like Irish or English, who got on a ship, and anyway, and that's how it starts. And then he goes through, and then his mother was a famous Hawaiian performer around the country, and and he talks about being homeless when he camped on the beach as a child because he was homeless. I mean, just the most fascinating story, and he tells you his life story in this beautifully dramatic manner, and it's called The White Hawaiian, and it's every Sunday night at 3 o'clock. And if you're from Maui and you're watching this, you should see that, or state of Hawaii if you visit. That's a good show, right? And there are many cases of people like this who have very pale skin, who have rich Hawaiian history, blood in their veins, and like Kiope Raymond, the guy that developed the Hawaiian Studies program at the community college here. He is a descendant of a princess, and he's got very fair skin, right? But he speaks freaking perfect Hawaiian, and he's a badass. And my dream is to find this guy and interview him, because I can't find any interviews of Kiope Raymond, and he is probably one of the most knowledgeable people about Hawaiian history on earth, and it would just be great to get his interview for like 3 hours. But so that I did that show, and as soon as I can book that and do my first comedy show called Finding My Marbles. These right here, see? I just found a couple more of my marbles. Life after losing everything, in the line of fire. That'll be my first comedy show, and I've got like 10 more after that. I just gotta get this one out and over with and on film. But it is harder to rent. Everyone thinks I'm just a nobody, and it's like, I could sell out any theater here in Maui. And I'm about to prove that. I'm gonna start with this theater, and then I'm gonna hit other theaters, and I tried to rent the Castle Theater, and they were like, no, we don't think you're right for this. We don't think you could sell it out. How about you rent the smaller theater? And so I'm working on that too, which is like 350 people, but I believe I could sell out 1,000 person show. But they just don't realize it yet. Anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm working on it. And then I'm going to try to sell that to Netflix for $1 million. I was thinking maybe I'd call Netflix and Hulu and all that shit now and tell them I'm going to do this show. And if you'd like to help me get some street cred, you could say, you know, you come here to film it and we can negotiate, you know, me selling it to you so I don't have to work so much. Because that's not work. If you ever hear a comedian talk about how hard they work, they never had a 40-hour-a-week job. They don't know what work is. Same with these social media people, how hard they work. And if they're working hard, they're not doing it right. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. And then canoe paddling. I missed canoe practice to do this right now. It just ended. I should have been there, but I'm going to go train. I've been working like a madman at the gym, swimming laps, going to canoe practice. And yeah, my cure for obesity was never going to be a shot in the leg that costs $500 or $1,500 a month. I can't relate to that. But I can relate to exercising, and that's what I'm doing all the time. And starting to reshape this obese body. They're talking about people that have obesity, and I'm like, I have obesity, and I'm not going to take that drug you're advertising. No, thank you. Anyway, I'm going to go exercise and eat healthy and sleep a lot. Because that's what I do. I'm so tired all the time. Anyway, yeah. So I'm exercising all the time. And if you aren't, it's time to start exercising. Eat right, you know. Sleep a good amount. What else? What else is in the news? What else is going on locally? Shit. I don't know. Wait. Oh, I was at that Pride event, which was really interesting. I mean, I can't believe how enthusiastic people are at a Pride event. You know, the dancing, people throwing money at the drag show. I ain't never seen a drag show before. That was interesting. You know, but the enthusiasm from the crowd was not. It was a surprise, and that was the biggest party I've been to on Maui in a long time. Like a pretty good time. And a lot of hot lesbians that, you know, I wish weren't all lesbians. Anyway, but a good time all together. And I'm going to keep going to Pride functions and filming it because if those people ain't free, I ain't free. You ain't free. Oh, man. Anyway, gee whiz. What time is it? 57 minutes. Shit, I got through a lot of really bad news pretty quickly. All right. I think that's... Yeah, and and let's just pray that these senators do not vote. Because I couldn't believe that the House passed the vote against, you know, public broadcasting and starving children, but they did, and that's going to go to the Senate, and hope they won't pass that. It won't pass there, and this big, deadly, awful, horrible, evil, sadistic bill. Let's pray it doesn't pass the Senate because it is going to destroy our economy. Republicans lie all the time. They tell you, oh, we care about the deficit and balanced budget. They don't care. Small government, they don't care about shit. They care about being racist traitors and doing anything that's self-serving and taking a bribe from anyone that will manipulate them. And it is just god-awful and sad. And, oh, man. Oh, I still got some booze here. Cheers to you. I'm drinking the Ube Blue Bay. Look at this cool can. You can't really see it. I wish you could see it in the light, but it's just beautiful. And why, of course, Hawaiian brothers, smart as shit. Ube Blue Bay, purple in color, but why is this the first blueberry seltzer I ever saw? I don't think I've seen a blueberry seltzer anywhere else. And this only has 4 grams of sugar. Ube Blue Bay. Look at that. Made in Hawaii. That's right. Probably got some undocumented workers there that some racist traitor FBI agents are going to wrestle to the ground, treat like criminals, throw them in prison for several months before they send them off to get murdered somewhere, right? Because that's what Republicans are doing. They're just committing murder everywhere they can. Every negligent homicide murder they can commit, they want to. Hey, let's get the Bukele, this weak little man from El Salvador. He'll kill some people for us, and then we can just wash our hands. It wasn't our fault. We didn't do it. He did it. It's disgusting. And I just want to thank all the people who do all the real news, all the real sources, Democracy Now, and all the small guys like Jesse Dollemore and MSNBC and Midas Touch and all those nice children's like Jake Cocciarella and that kid, was it Simmons, and that other kid Mockler. They're doing good work. They're funny because they're so young and they're so smart, and they read up on history, and it's as if they know what happened in the past quite often. But me, I don't have to know what happened in the past by studying it because I lived through it. Born in 1969. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, grew up in the crazy 70s where our parents didn't know where we were when we were 5 or 6 years old. And where were we? We were in the creek with the books of matches that our parents were collecting from restaurants. We'd steal those, we'd go and make little fires, G.I. Joe style fires with rocks around them. We'd find some trash and we'd make fires. And then I'd come home, Mom would say, "Were you lighting matches?" And I'd say, "No, but I was lying." That's when I learned how to lie. I stopped that habit eventually. But yeah, that's the 70s. And then the 80s, well, crack cocaine was fun, wasn't it? I have yet to hear one of those 70s comedians, or how crazy their childhood was. I'm just waiting for the one to talk about my childhood, the one where we were smoking crack. Oh man, the last time I smoked, well, there was that one other time, but before that, I smoked crack when I was 19 years old. Man, I'm lucky to be alive. Oh, that shit is so addictive. I can't relate to heroin because I've never tried any of those shitty opioids, but the Sackler family, bunch of shitheads, they just put up, they got charged $7 billion. That's some news I forgot to, because they killed so many, they've murdered so many Americans. Un-American, Confederate traitors, we call Republicans. The Sackler family, Purdue Pharmaceuticals, murder Christians, just wiping out white trash America and some rich people along the way. Thousands and thousands of them. Anybody that ever got surgery, they gave my mom 80 pills. She didn't take them. She put them in her garden, I think. Anyway, and the doctor told you can sell these. Oh, I'm so glad. Listen, if you want to, I've told you what to do to have a great life. Eat right, sleep right, exercise right. Don't associate with racist traitors. Have good people for friends, people that aren't Republicans. But you got to play some defense, right? That's playing offense. To play defense, you got to avoid gambling, avoid pills. And since I don't take pills, I never got swept up in that stupid Oxycontin bullshit and now fentanyl. And okay, so you don't snort nothing, you don't gamble, you don't pop pills, you don't drive drunk. Getting drunk stupid, but driving drunk stupider. Wear condoms. Don't associate. If you know someone who's violent, punish them by never hanging out with them. If someone's violent, and if you're a woman and you think, "Oh, this man who's violent to other people would never hurt me," you're wrong, okay? Violent people are dangerous to their friends and loved ones. Eventually, the day they get super drunk, or some other day. So punish the violent people by never hanging out with them ever again, right? Disassociate yourself from violent people and avoid the wrong relationships. If you can avoid, because I know 2 guys killed themselves over relationships, or 1 or 2, and you see in the news people murdering each other over relationships, right? Ending each other's lives because they're weirdly jealous. They can't move on. Okay, so that's all you got to do. If you can avoid all that shit, do the good stuff, you're going to have a really good life, right? So, yeah, you don't need to read it. Attitude is everything. Have a good one, because you have control of that. It's the only thing you have any control of. You can't control anything in the world except the way you respond to the uncontrollable world, which is your attitude. Have a good one. If you choose to have a good attitude, you might just say something like, "It's a good day to be alive." And if you're saying it's a good day to be alive, and you're thinking it's a good day to be alive, then you found the meaning of life. It's not more complicated. You don't need a guru. You don't need Tony Robbins. You just need to know you found it, man, if it's a good day to be alive. Life ain't complicated. It's way more simple than most people will ever want you to think. If you think it's a good day to be alive, you found the meaning of life. Just bask in enjoying having a good day to be alive, and be appreciative and thankful, and be nice to the lady at the grocery store. And don't order your groceries in. Go talk to people, interact with your world, okay? Social interaction, really important. If you haven't seen, Jane Fonda made this great case about, yeah, science has proven you'll live 7.5 years longer if you're socially interactive. So what did she, at the end of the story, what does she recommend, Jane Fonda? Yeah, you want to live an extra 8 years? Take an art class, right? Make friends. Be part of your community, you know? Find a way to contribute. Donate. Some people have money, some people have time, some people have skills. Be a giver, not a taker, right? Which would imply that you would never be a Republican. Because there ain't no Republicans that do anything but take and do harm and are cruel. And they just love being cruel for some reason. And it is the most disgusting trait, characteristic you could have. Like, it's the ugliest, worst stench you could have, is being a horrible, hateful person, a Republican, right? I told those Germans, one of my new jokes, you know, I can't do nothing about being this ugly or, whoo, this stinky, right? You know, I'm stuck being ugly and stinky. But Republicans, they can stop being a Republican. Right? They can lose that stench of a traitor just like that, right? If you're upset about being insulted as a Republican because you're stupid, you can just stop being stupid and never be that again. It's a choice you can make, right? Just like having a good attitude. Anyway, all right. Do no harm. Do no crime. Thanks for watching All Good Things in All Good Time. I am Craig Hamilton Bradley, reporting the god-awful news right here from my FEMA housing, what will eventually be gone, right? I thank God Joe Biden was in office when our disaster happened. And all you Republicans could just only wish that your disaster happened when Joe Biden was in office, because he cared. Remember when he came to North Carolina and said, yeah, we're going to do everything we can to help. And since then, Republicans said, we're not going to do nothing to help. North Carolina, West Virginia, you're screwed. Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida's about to get destroyed by hurricanes, and they ain't going to get no help because they were stupid enough to vote for no help. But in the first place, they were stupid enough to vote to destroy the environment, which caused their pain in the first place. Maybe you should vote for the environment and for help after the environment that you destroyed destroys your life, right? Great reasons to never vote for a Republican ever again. Maybe you could have hope then, you know? So sad. So sad. And yeah. But maybe it's just, you know, your karma punishing you for being hateful bigots. Confederate loving, slavery lovers, right? Oh, that guy, the ranch, that lady's husband, Bella, the ranch. Anyway, he said you should read the constitutions that these states wanted to write for the purpose of the Confederate War, the Confederate, you know, papers, which are make it clear it was all about slavery, right? Kamala Harris was interviewed, asked, what was the Confederacy all about? And she didn't say it was all about slavery, but it really was. It was all what it was about. They just wanted to enslave people, right? Today's evil, shitty Republicans wanted to enslave people back then, the Confederates back then. But now and that's when they were Democrats. Now the Confederates are the Republicans. It's crazy. My family was once famous Republicans, friends with 6 different presidents. My great-grandfather has a mountain named after him in Alaska, Mount Bradley, right outside of Juneau on Douglas Island. He was one of the richest men, one of the best businessmen in America. None of that money trickled down because, you know, money pollutes people, and my dad got polluted by all that. And it ruined him, man. He had no ability to connect with people. He was a narcissist, spoiled as a kid, and ended up disinheriting his children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all for the gold digger that married him, 26 years younger, who's an alcoholic, just a shit-faced alcoholic pill popper who just played the long game and ended up taking everything from my dad. That's fine. I might have been a pill popper if I'd had it too good and be dead. Interesting. My great grandfather, who was the greatest mining engineer in all of history, he was a famous miner and famous Republican. Friends with Hoover and Woodrow Wilson. My grandfather wrote my great grandmother, his grandmother, a letter from the president's desk in the Oval Office when Woodrow Wilson was there. At 5 or 6 years old, he wrote a card to, because the president was like, hey, write a letter to your mom, probably. Sit down right here. And so that, I never met my grandfather, but that was one of his experiences growing up, right? Going to visit the president and writing a letter to mom from the president's desk. He ended up becoming a cartoonist, the president of Bradley Mining Company after my great-grandfather died. But he was a cartoonist who was always trying to get into the New Yorker, got into it a few times, and but he also was passionate about film. He left behind 6,000 photos that I have now taken photos of 6,000 photos, and I'm going to start making photo presentations of those from the 30s and 40s from around the world. My beautiful grandma and my grandpa traveled the world, but then from the 20s also, and then he got film and made films from all around the world, from Canada, 25 different states, Hawaii, a surf lesson from Duke Kahanamoku, Alaska, where the mountain named after his father is, all over freaking Mexico, Europe, the whole Mediterranean, when Palestine was still Palestine. I got video from that. Venice, Rome, the French Riviera, you name it. Anyway, so I have like 200 short movies that my grandpa made from the 30s and 40s that I'll be putting on my channel over time. Some of it's already on here. There's 30 kinds of content on my channel. I just started posting canoe races, which is really a cool kind of content because it gives you a taste of what real life in Hawaii, real local people are doing. That's an embodiment of our local culture like no other. And it's the perpetuation of Hawaiian culture in action. But it's just a beautiful scene, and I'm just so lucky to be part of it again, and I can't wait to just continue, get in better shape, become a competitive canoe paddler, someone that people look at and say, well, I want that guy on my crew, right? That's basically what I'm working towards right now. I want to be wanted. It's a long ways off right now. I bring about 70 extra pounds into the boat, and strength to weight ratio matters when you're pulling people through the water in an outrigger canoe. But that's a cool kind of content. It's just clean, one race at a time. I've covered one kids race, the novice B women, the novice B mixed race, junior men who are the tough guys, and I was too late this week, but in the next video I got to do the 70 and over canoe paddlers. Something to look forward to. I'm only 14 years away from being in the 70 and over category, and there's a 40 and over, a 50 and over, 55 and over, 60 and over. So there's all these age groups, and then all kids from 10 and under all the way to 18 and under, right? Imagine being an 18-year-old high school kid, in a canoe club, racing, shirt off, muscles showing. I wish that would have been fun. If I was an 18-year-old, I would love that. Like if you played football and you were already working out, you would love that stuff. Anyway, so that's that. And then after the regatta season ends, hopefully there'll be the state canoe championships are here. So even if I don't qualify and I'm not going in some boat, which at this point doesn't look like I'm going to, in Maui, because the state canoe racing championships are being held here at our beach, at Canoe Beach, our state race will be here. 3 boats, not 2, which is the normal amount, qualify from each category. So we'll get 3 boats in every race for Maui. There'll be a lot of Maui boats in the race. I won't probably be racing in states, but I'll be able to film it, and it will be a spectacle. They only use 100% koa wood canoes for the Hawaii State Canoe Racing Championships. And Sonny Bradley happens to same name as me. I was pretty lucky in that respect. Sonny Bradley, the greatest canoe builder of all time. He probably built 90% of the ones that are at this race. And every one of them is worth $200,000. I mean, there's going to be $10 million worth of outrigger canoes on the beach being used being, put into the, ocean with the potential for adversity and then breaking and smashing and they're the most beautiful things ever, right? And so, yeah, the beautiful special coal wood from the big trees. They go to the big island, they find one big tree that's, and they extract it. They got to carry it out, put it on something that floats, get it over here. It's a whole process where there's prayers sent all along the way. And I mean, it's a spiritual activity as well as a brute force activity that ends up putting this log in the hands of Sonny Bradley, and he carves it by hand without any. I mean, apparently he's so good he doesn't even need to. He doesn't. I don't know if it's true or not, but like he doesn't even use you guides. He just does it by hand. He just knows how to do it, and he's shaped all the best canoes, right? All the fastest racing canoes that you're seeing in these races. Most of them they're all Bradleys, but predominantly this one canoe he built about 25 years ago is still popular, called the Bradley Lightning. They're all 400 pounds. They get weighed. They're all 400-pound canoes, and but it has a little more rocker, so you can catch bumps better, and yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, all right. Thanks for listening, you guys. I should have done this earlier in the day, but there were a lot of people that watched this compared to usual, right? Typically, there's less people. So we'll see. I have no idea at the end how many will have seen it, but it's probably like over 1,000, which is a lot. YouTube is so bipolar. Last week, I had 1,000 views. 1,000 views in the whole week. This week, I've had 23,000 views, right? From probably my slowest week to maybe my busiest week. Taking away the week of the fire, right? Where I got a ton, but I wasn't monetized then. And right now I am making like 90 cents a day. But this will make like $2. My god-awful news programs have been making me like $2 real, supposedly, although they still are holding up the money. I haven't gotten any checks from YouTube. Just waiting. They're supposed to come a month ago. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. It's whatever. Anyway, all right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Do no harm, do no crime. Thanks for watching All Good Things and All Good Time. And we will see you soon. Hopefully I'll do one sooner so there's less bad news because there's so much happening all the time. And then I'll do it at like 2 o'clock for my buddy John Sipple, because I think that's probably a good goal. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can get a bunch of stuff done. Or at like 6 in the morning so I can get stuff done after. But 2 in the afternoon leaves the morning. Maybe I get a bunch of stuff done in the morning and then do my show at 2 in the afternoon, which would be 8 o'clock Eastern time or 7 o'clock, depending upon, All right, enough of that. I talk too much. Have a great day. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. God bless America. And all the people of the world, if there is a God, love to all you people in all the other countries who want to do nothing more than sit home and watch some movies and shit and not be bombed to death, right? All these poor Russian soldier kids that were sent, they just want to stay home and play video games. They didn't want to go die for Putin, and that's just one example of that. Anyway, all right, love you guys. Have a great day. Aloha. Do no harm, do no crime. Thanks for watching All Good Things and All Good Time. Have a great day and have a great attitude.